So I don't know if this video is gonna get recorded like before or after the video of why I haven't posted, but this is after I made the video of why I haven't posted. So yeah. So yeah, this video comes first. Watch this video comes first before the I recorded after. So this upload is like after the this uploads before the why I haven't been recording. Then it's gonna get confusing. But anyways, bad winter storm in my area where I'm living, so that's why I haven't been recording Rebellious Team February. Anyways, let's go to a good animated show. Adult animated shows right now are not good. I'm talking about the ones right now. Like the thing that started the whole adult animated thing, in my opinion, I haven't done research, but I believe it was The Simpsons who began the rise of the concept that animation is not only for adults. Oh no, wait, I think it was Fritz the Cat. Yes, I watched yes, I watched an animated porn film. I think it was Fritz the Cat that first started the whole process that animation can't be only for kids, because back then Hanna-Barbera was making the Flintstones, Tom and Jerry, the Jetsons, and then everybody thought that animation was just going to be something for kids because of how colorful and bright the characters are. But then Fritz the Cat came up and adults were like, whoa, this is not, I'm not taking my kids for this. And that's, I think, where the whole adult animation process came out, where like animation can't be only for kids. And then I think The Simpsons made it popular and caught everyone's attention. I remember hearing articles that about parents being mad about The Simpsons merchandising and how it's like luring, how making kids' brains, how it's like making kids' brains diseased and mind controlling them into buying their merchandise, and like they're hailing Satan and all that. No, Simpsons, in my opinion, is a good show, but it has been falling in terms of quality and jokes. And at this point, they're like Disney's pet. It's like the only reason, like, if there's something coming out that's Simpsons, it's gonna be bad, and they're gonna do a Disney reference or something. So like The Simpsons is dying, and we all know about Family Guy. Everybody's saying, oh, the glory days of Family Guy were whenever they were in the 2000s, and now they're just like bad jokes. South Park made a parody on it. In the Cartoon Wars, South Park, in my opinion, yeah, so in my opinion, South Park is a good show. The new specials are good, but there aren't any episodes. Right now, it's just a show centering around specials. They're not making episodes anymore. It's just pure specials. And I think it's a good animated show about a mirror or society. And then and then I saw something about adult animation, like I did with Velma. New adult animated shows are like, hey, we can just put random cuss words, drug references, and just call it a day, when they could be doing so much more. Now, Smiling Friends isn't a show that tackles all this, but I like it. Despite my monotone voice, yeah, I like Smiling Friends. I think it's a good adult animated show. One reason why is because at least it doesn't stuff you in the face with like constant pop culture references, constant real life situations like Velma does. They don't stuff your face anything that has to do with anything that has to do in the real world or pop culture. All it does is just wants to bring random humor in the mind of Psychic Pebbles, aka Zachary Hadel. And before Smiling Friends, I did watch a bunch of Oni plays, and I loved Zach. And I think he was like my favorite member right before Corey. And then when he made a show, I was excited to see it. So on the day of its premiere, me and my cousin got up late, watched the first episode, and we loved it. A couple years passed by, and then like the show started airing on Adult Swim more episodes, and I was all ready for it. Then HBO Max came out, and me and my cousin watched Smiling Friends on HBO Max. It was fun. One thing I like about Smiling Friends is, like I said, it doesn't stuff you in the face with pop culture references. It's just trying to do random humor that is in the head of Zachary Hadel. And the dude is known for random humor when he was part of Oni Plays. And I know you guys, and I know some people are gonna differentiate this, but in my opinion, Smiling Friends is the best adult animated show so far because this show doesn't rely on pop culture references. I mean, South Park does, in my opinion, South Park does kind of rely on pop culture references because of what's happening on the real world. But what Smiling Friends does is unique, and even if they're doing something with pop culture, they're doing something unique on it. Like in the Lord of the Rings episode, they made the Hobbit weird in that episode, and they also made it have a stalker in that episode, if I recall. There's also random humor in it that it's like blink and you'll miss, which is what I love about Zach Hato's humor. It's funny and it's a bunch of screaming. And again, it's random. You don't know when it's gonna hit you, and when it does, it makes you burst out in laughter because you don't expect it. Another thing I love about this is in the Salty episode, they do a whole play on the whodunit trope, mystery trope, and it turns out everybody did it, not just one suspect. And those two sticks that came from another world, that was hilarious. Like I said, it's random, it's out of nowhere, and I love it. And another thing that I like about the show is the show doesn't seem like it wants to do the norm. Like it doesn't want to do what any other shows are doing. Like, oh, this show is doing gag, shock value. Let's do shock value. No, they're just doing their own thing. And I know there are some people who are mad about the Smiling Friends. We're supposed to make an episode about them going to Brazil vacation, but they trolled us. I think that was a pretty good prank slash troll that they did at us because there's like a message of saying we can make a good random episode that we advertise without making it part of the episode. And also, I think the voice acting is just great, and the characters are amazing too. Desmond in the first episode, I felt for him, and then at the end of the episode, when he found happiness in his shooting stuff, was that made me laugh. Not because like I'm gonna say it's random. It made me laugh because this dude who held a gun right in his head finds a purpose in it. Like he finds shooting have a purpose other than just blasting it on his head. And I like the irony of that. So anyways, those are all my lists and reasons why I think in my opinion is the best adult animated show. It's not a bunch of characters screaming like Fairview. They talk normal sometimes, but then they scream for random occasions that'll just hit you in the face without you expecting. Like you know they're gonna do it, but like the moment they do it, you're like, oh wow, I didn't expect it. I was expecting them to do it at this time, but they didn't. Also, the show is just meme worthy. No wonder why there's a bunch of Smiling Friends out of context videos. And anyways, you can just take any clip of the show and it'll still be out of context. Anyways, those are all my reasons why I think Smiling Friends is my favorite adult animated show, next to South Park. Anyways, yeah. Second video coming up. It's not about Rebellious Team February, but at least it's something.